We are live.
And we are live on this lovely Sunday afternoon. Having just watched the Manchester United versus Tottenham game. This is Real United Talk, joined today by Pankaj. How you doing, mate? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, good. Diedrich, nice to see you again. How you doing? Diedrich?
Oh, sorry, I had a bit of lag there. Yeah, I'm good.
Right, okay. Right, let's get into it. Let's great start by United.
Yeah.
I thought it was a fantastic start, but the first minute 43 seconds, whatever it is. Martial gets to the byline, gets bundled over by, I think it was Davison Sanchez, and penalty. Was it a penalty? Do you think it was a penalty?
Yeah.
Stonewall.
Yeah, it was a penalty. Yeah.
It was a penalty. Martial puts it away. Then
Bruno.
Literally about Bruno puts it away. Yeah, Martial got it, didn't he? And then about a minute and a half later, Tottenham go up the other end, make it 1-1. A bit of
shambolic
head tennis from
awful from Maguire. Awful.
Maguire, yeah. From what I saw, he heads it towards Bailly. Bailly then tries to get a reaction to get it away quicker. Then Maguire heads it back to De Gea, which is not enough power on it. Luke Shaw goes to stop the scramble in the box. Maguire then pulls down Luke Shaw for some unknown reason.
Yeah.
And then they score. Player.
And then they score. So, Diedrich, what did you think of that? Their first goal.
Okay, it seems to me like fucking Maguire's still in Greece.
Yeah. Okay.
He's not been good in any of the games we've played. Fair enough, he scored against Brighton, but he wasn't. Everyone was saying everyone was noticing that Lindelof was bad. Maguire's been just as bad. He was awful. He was bad against Palace. He was bad against Brighton. He was bad tonight.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to turn my TV down, so I'm not sure if you can hear it in the background. Well, Kylie absolutely agrees with you. He says Maguire thought Shaw was a Greek policeman. So welcome to George, Martin, Jared, and there is a couple of others in there that haven't been.
Hi, Jared, everyone. All from United Stand. Yeah.
Okay, Pankaj. They're equalised. What did you make of it?
Yeah, can you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello. Yeah. Sorry, it froze. So, the thing with the Maguire, the equalizer, right? So Maguire was shit today. Like, I agree on that. He was shit. But people mentioning Maguire because we concede goals I don't think so. It's right, because what the fuck was Bailly doing to recover that shit? What are you doing? And for the second goal, the pass he made, that he didn't make a right pass for that goal we conceded for the second one. That's smooth pass he made for the second goal. Bailly.
Talking about the equaliser
for the third goal. For the second goal, he didn't recover that ball. For the second goal, where was Bailly? You know. No. I'm saying he had his talk, so let me speak now. Yeah.
Right, we do each goal at a time. Don't jump the gun.
Yeah, we do equally, right? I'm just seeing the situation, right? I'm seeing the situation. Maguire made the foul to who was it? To Harry Kane, right? Okay, I'm not defending him on that. He's supposed to stop. Can you hear me?
We're on to the second goal now. Yeah. Yeah, we can hear you. Come on, man. We're on to the second goal. Right? So Maguire makes the foul on Harry Kane, right? Probably about 10 yards from the halfway line. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. My problem with that is, right, Maguire makes the foul. Why is he not standing in front of that ball to stop that quick?
It's his fault. I agree. I'm not denying it. I'm accepting it.
Right. Now, when that quick ball gets played by Harry Kane to Son, right, it's a race. it's a foot race, right? Obviously, Son is faster than Bailly. Son is faster than Luke Shaw, right? But again, where is Wan-Bissaka, right? Because the ball is played on
Yeah.
Wan-Bissaka's side, right? Why the hell is Luke Shaw over the other side of the pitch, right? Because your two centre backs, if Maguire's out of position, Shaw should be closer to Bailly, right? So what I want to know is, you put in this chat, it was Bailly's fault, right? How do you get that it's Bailly's fault from a one-on-one foot race, right? So
So we
explain.
shouldn't blame Bai for anything, right? Because it's not a team game then.
Not
Because he
for that
didn't.
goal, not for that goal, not at all.
Not for that goal. Fine then, because if when Van Dijk was in that situation, he would have probably recovered it. And people are talking about, oh, Bai is this recovery centre back who's supposed to recover. Where was he with the recovery in the whole fucking game? I'm not talking about even that situation. I'm talking about the whole
We're
game.
going through it
Where
goal
was
by
he?
goal, though. We're going through it goal by goal.
Right.
Goal by goal. The third goal.
No,
Bai
the
made
second goal. Second goal.
The second goal, yeah, Maguire should have stopped it in that situation. I would
So
agree.
that's
But where was
two
the cover up?
mistakes.
Where was the
That's
cover up in defense? Where was the
that's
cover
two.
in
That's
defense?
so that the cover doesn't. It gets beat in a foot race. That's not Bay's fault.
But that happens. Even the Maguire thing happens. I'm saying, where's the cover up?
The person who's covering is Bay, but Bay is just not as quick. This is a simple thing on that one. If that
So,
quick, you talk
why
this.
do people,
Daedric, hang on. Let him speak.
why do people make out that he's a quick centre back then? Because people have mentioned, fans have mentioned it before. He's a quick. People say he's a quick centre back, right?
But
He's quicker than
Son is
Lindelof.
like really quick. There's a big difference between quick
He's quicker
and
than Lindelof, isn't he?
yeah.
So you expect him to recover.
Not
Even if
against
it's Son.
Son. Not against Son. Not against
At least
Mora. Not against these players who are like
At
stupidly
least you
quick.
make.
No.
At least you have to. At least you have to understand that he's a man who's supposed to, like. At least he could have been a foul or something. Before he could have done something. He didn't even done anything to stop him. If it was Smalling, he would have done something to stop him or make a foul. To be honest, like, am I wrong in saying that? Because players they want to. You're supposed to win fouls for the team, like, and Maguire did that. Maguire did that in the Harry Kane situation. It's just that he wasn't expecting Harry Kane to take a quick free kick like that.
But that's what I'm saying. From an early age in England, you're taught make the foul, then stop. Then they literally stop that free kick being taken quick. You taught it at 5-a-side. You taught it at 7-a-side. You taught it even kiddies groups. Win the foul, stand in front, stop the ball being coming in.
But how many times has it happened? Remember the Palace game, right? When we won that game under Mourinho. For the first goal, someone took a free kick, and who was it? Who was that guy who scored the goal? It was fullback for Crystal Palace. Remember that game?
Oreo.
Or something. Arnaldo, yeah. Remember he took a free. Someone took a quick free kick, and Arnaldo scored that goal 1-on-1 on De Gea's near post. Remember that game when they took a quick free kick? It's not a new thing. It's happened before. Right. So you're talking about the whole organization of the defense is not good. It's the team. What did Pogba do? I mean, people talk about the defenders being like shit. Midfielders, where are they? Like, what's Pogba today?
Well, hang on, mate. We'll get into that. We'll get into that. Don't worry about that. Right. Yeah. Right. Third goal then. Again, a bit of a catastrophe. What did you think about the third one, Diedrich?
That goal was Bay's fault. There's no fucking denying that. He goes to obviously play the ball out to Nemanja Matic. They obviously nip it just ahead of that. That's why I don't really like playing out from the back. But so at this rate, it's 2 mistakes from Maguire versus 1 mistake from Bay.
Okay, right. Pankaj, the third goal.
Difference is one's an £80 million centre back and one's a £30 million.
Right.
But I wouldn't stay on the value. Both are defenders. The job is to defend, whether it's 30 million or 80 million.
Yeah, but one's also the captain. One's also the captain.
So he's not meant to be a captain. He's not a captain. Then people say he's not a captain. Give it to someone else. I'm not talking about the captaincy. It's like the defenders. They're supposed to defend. Why is supposed to defend if he's not a captain? He's supposed to do his job. People make out.
Maguire is
making out.
Maguire is 2-1 at this rate.
Right, 2-1. Right, okay, right. refresh your minds for the fourth goal, all right? While I take some comments here, because Kylie's in here, Jared's in here, Martin's in here, Akil's in here.
Martin's in here, Jared's in here, Mohammed Jabbar's in here.
Mohammed's in here, yeah.
Yeah.
AMC Triso, welcome. Not seen you before, so I hope you enjoy it.
AMC Triso, yeah.
The quick free kick one. George Carl says Son was a yard or so ahead, Pankaj. So you know it is basically a foot race. Everyone's cracking up in the comments. Akil says we can replace Shaw all we want. It won't make much of a difference until we replace the manager. We'll get into that towards the end of the show. Our players stand in front of the ball, prevent free kicks. Martin says Pankaj, who's the 80 million captain. Jared says, don't worry, everyone, calm down and be happy because Cavani is coming.
Martin said I got by
Bamsey says United has won Champions League and Premier League with Wes Brown, Smalling, Phil Jones and Laurent Blanc. It's football science. When attack is mediocre, defence fail. Rashford, Martial, Greenwood together does not work. Okay. All right. Akil says, by the way, this is the first time United lost the opening 2 games at home in history. Mohammed says, how many times have we seen us inviting pressure by keeping the ball in the back and passing it sideways between defenders? An 11-year-old pointed that to me, and we have had enough to learn from. Good point. Good point. Playing out from the back, I don't like it. Diedrich, you don't like it. Right, fourth goal then, Pankaj. What do you remember of it?
I don't actually remember because I was like, the game was so like 3-4-0. Like, I didn't want to even watch, you know? I was like,
I'll give you a clue. I'll give you a clue. No, Harry Maguire at fault again.
Yeah.
Basically, they're coming from the wing. He crosses it. It goes through Maguire's legs. He gets nutmegged by a cross, and then Son nips in.
Yeah, but if I say about Bailly, he didn't recover, people will get pissed off me. So I will. I even because I can't even give my opinion, so I don't want to say anything. You go ahead.
Speak, go for it. Well, go for it.
No, because people are going to say I have a Bailly agenda. You know, we don't need a centre back. Then Bailly is the solution.
But you said on the Champions League show that we did last, you actually said that you like Bailly. You think he's a good up.
So,
he's a good centre back.
Because he played well in that game, I can't be having an agenda always. I would say the player performed well in that game.
Right, Pankaj, I'll ask you a question. Right, I'm going to ask you a question. You're all about Bailly and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Like Diedrich said, Maguire gets nutmeg, and I think it was Son who pokes in the head and puts it in the net. Where is shouldn't you as a defender be going out there to stop the cross? You know, I mean, I remember a great clip of Roy Keane when one of the defenders turned their back to stop the cross, and Roy Keane took the piss out of him, saying basically what you're turning your back for. I think with that one, I don't think you can necessarily put the entire blame on Bailly because the cross should have been stopped. If he doesn't turn his back, right, and he blocks the cross, it obviously doesn't happen. And Maguire is the one to go out and stop the cross, right? And Son, as we already knew from the split pass from the free kick, is quicker than Bailly. It's just his reaction was quicker. So I don't think that's entirely Bailly's fault. I think, you know, if you look back at it, you can, you know, pinpoint blame between them. But again, I would say, why the hell is Harry Maguire being pulled out to that left-hand side? Where is Luke Shaw? Stop that cross.
Where's Luke Shaw? Yeah, that's what I thought as well. Yeah.
I mean, that's Luke Shaw's man over there. It's his side. Where the hell is he? He's halfway up the fucking pitch, dawdling, coming back.
I think Marcus. Can I say something?
Yeah, go on.
I think our fullbacks are too way forward today because Luke Shaw was bombing forward, Wan-Bissaka was bombing forward way too much. But then you look at, I don't know, because you look at other teams, they have so much spaces to, because the fullbacks, other teams' fullbacks, they go forward, but they are useful going forward and they put in crosses and they create something. Right. So why is it with United? It looks so disjointed. The whole team looks disjointed. I wouldn't just blame the centre backs or anything, because you put in any centre back there in this United team right now, it wouldn't make a difference. You still concede. Like somehow, it wouldn't make a difference. I'm telling you, unless you look the midfield as well. Like you there, like Pogba, what is he doing? He's making silly skills. And do you see one time when Pogba was trying to make a silly skill, he lost the ball. He lost the ball, right?
Countless times.
Countless times, right? And if I say something against Pogba, Pogba fanboys will come at me again. So I don't want to say
Right,
it, because
it's the beauty of everything, Pancars, right? No matter
yeah,
what you say, right? No matter who says it, someone's going to
yeah,
disagree with it, right? So it
yeah,
makes no odds. It makes no odds.
yeah.
Diedrich, fifth goal. I can't remember this one, mate.
It
Unfortunately.
was, I can't remember who plays the pass, but it was Serge Aurier. It gets played
Aurier,
in
yeah.
behind. It gets played in behind Luke Shaw, and he pretty much just drives it across the goalkeeper.
Yeah. I think if you pinpoint that to anyone, it's got to be Luke Shaw, isn't it? Really? No, actually, I mean, Pogba was over that side, mate. He was ball watching. Pogba was over there. Luke Shaw, I remember that.
Yeah,
Luke Shaw came out to mark to close down someone at the edge of the box. Pogba didn't even look round. He let his man run and that left
yeah,
hand.
yeah, yeah. That's right.
So, fair's fair. Kylie says it's sad to see because every United fan wants him to succeed. Remember when I said Ollie was being praised too soon? Akil says people say Ollie has revolutionised the club's transfer policy. His
Sorry for
signings
Oli.
so far, 80 million centre back you can't defend. Dan James, who
Yeah.
wants to get rid of now. Wan-Bissaka, who's fantastic defensively but average otherwise. Max, Max, you're right. He says Aaron Wan-Bissaka has been awful defensively for the last 4 months. I totally agree with him, mate. I still remember that game against Aston Villa. Fucking awful, terrible. Martin says major issue for me was the shocking management after we go 1-0 up, keep it tight for 5 minutes. Didn't happen. Max says Bruno is the only good signing, but I don't blame him for the awful performance. Right, goal number 5. No, we did that, didn't we?
Yeah.
Goal number 5. Yeah.
Goal number 6, the penalty.
Yeah. The penalty.
The fucking.
I didn't see the penalty, to be honest.
Yeah, Pogba like rolls on the floor and like takes out fucking Højbjerg.
Yeah. Letter of the law, Pancars. It's a foul. It's a penalty. I don't think anyone can argue that. But again, stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid to do it.
Yeah.
Lost his mind, lost concentration, absolutely awful. Diedrich, the Martial red card, I thought that was a bit suspect, to be honest.
That was pathetic. That was absolutely fucking pathetic. These are fucking grown out. I'd be saying it if it the opposite way around, I would, and people would probably disagree with me on that one. But these are grown ass fucking men.
Yeah.
These are grown ass men. There's no way in fucking hell somebody does that to you and you go down on the floor. It's absolutely. If you did that, and not condoning violence or anything like that, but if you did that in a scrap, you'd get laughed at. If you did that on the street, you'd get laughed at. If you went over to a cop and went, that man just went, what? They'd go, what do you want us to do? It's absolutely pathetic. And when shit like that's happening, the game's fucking gone. Literally, this is what I don't understand about our league. When you look back at the beginning of our league, everyone always thought England, tough tackling, fucking fast pace, get in your face, nitty gritty kind of football. And we're getting less and less with that. We're making stupid. And this is the thing, VAR. Why is it VAR? Looking at that and going, well, Lamella instigates this. He like slaps fucking Martial in the throat. That's okay. But the second he goes like that, from behind, all of a sudden that's violent conduct. It's an absolute fucking travesty. The refereeing of that game was fucking shocking. I think it was harsh. And I mean, why aren't they using the monitor again? This is the thing. Even Rio Ferdinand said, "Why? Oh, I'm guessing we're not looking at the monitors anymore again." Because that all it would have literally took is them to look outside and go, "It's 51, half a dozen the other." What they need to do is either none of them go or they both get sent off because they're both as culpable. If you ask me, it's absolutely embarrassing. And there's something as well. Do you remember the free kick that came from Luke Shaw's side where he's got his hands on his stomach and it smacks at him
Mm.
from the yard and all this. It's just
Mm.
stupid, bad refereeing.
Yeah.
Pancakes, red card. What was your thoughts?
Uh, I think. Look, what the Spurs player did was quite smart because I think the way he went down and stuff. I think it was Mourinho's, like, I don't know what tactic or something. I don't know what the players were. The players was trying to be smart in a position which benefited them in that foul because they wanted to win something, and it kind of went in their hands afterwards because we were only 2-1 down in that situation. And then Martial getting the red card changed the game totally, in my opinion. I think we could have still come back in that game, because it was just 2-1. And then Martial going off. I don't know because it's very harsh. I was like shocked when the referee gave a red card. So what the fuck is happening? But then you kind of expected in the Premier League this type of decisions, shocking decisions to happen. No surprise at all. No surprise. Ah, no surprise. But then you can't defend it because we conceded 2 goals in the first place. So in too early in the game. So it always happens. Then you blame the referee for a certain decision. So I was like, what it is? Can't all
My thoughts on it is it was a petulant thing to do. It really was. Martial, I think, should know better. He knows what the league's all about. He knows that he's going to get wound up.
Yeah,
The stupid thing was that um, he reacted to it. He should have got
yeah,
the referee's attention for when he got the elbow or the whack on the neck. And yeah, I mean, like Kyle said, VAR did look at it, but it was 5 minutes too late. They looked at it after the incident. Um, yeah, and I loved the commentary that Gary Neville was doing today. He was bringing up some harsh but true
yeah,
points of the game,
yeah,
of the situation, of the past, the way we manage things, the way we deal with things, everything. And as hard as it was to listen to, it was true. It was true in my eyes. I think he's absolutely spot on. Um, get the same comments here because I want to talk about Luke Shaw. You remember Luke Shaw just fucking lashing out and just taking out that guy down his side and catch
Lucas
him up.
Moura.
Yeah.
yeah.
Bamsey Triso says Martial got a golden chance today and he wants to play kindergarten games and slap. He has lost huge respect. Don't defend him. He says, yeah, the VAR took a look at it. Max has given his ratings. We'll do that at the end, Max.
I don't think they're
Gareth,
running.
Gareth said Jose played Martial like a fiddle, and I would be surprised if Jose knew he would react like that and had Lamella to do it. Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
Carly says, will United use this as an inspiration to get better, or will it be the beginning of the end for Ollie?
I think I fear the latter on that one. I
I don't think Solly will get that.
expected a bounce back after the Palace defeat, and we arguably played worse against Brighton. Somehow or another, we won that fucking game. We didn't deserve to. We should have been beaten about 5 or 6-2.
Yeah.
That was bad. So this has been coming. The warning signs were there last week. How many chances did that March have? How many times did they hit the bar? And Paul for it 5 times. And I said,
Yeah.
you do that against a better team, you'll get annihilated. And that is literally what happened.
Akil says, I can't see Ollie surviving this season. Even if we get the signings done tomorrow, we will struggle massively with the way we are defending now. Max says, then we need a whole new back four. Jared says, I think we could be in for possibly the worst season we've had in a very long time. It's only going to get worse. I think I want to go back to something I said on a couple of shows ago. I said in a bit of a weird way that maybe the problem is not by or Lindelof. Maybe the problem is Maguire. Maybe the frailties are being shown now of Maguire, and we're just because he's I think isn't he like the fucking highest paid
World's
transfer
most expensive defender.
Yeah, obviously he's not. He's not that good. He's not worth the price tag. But I'm wondering. It made me think a couple of weeks ago. It made me think that I don't think possibly Bailly and Lindelof are a problem. I think it could be Maguire because you see today no matter what partner he has, whether it's Lindelof or Bailly, he gets in trouble. And today he got in fucking trouble, serious trouble. And ultimately, whether people agree or not, we can pick out he was at fault for at least 3 of the goals in there. So, what do you, Pancars? Do you think? I know you're a Maguire lover. Do you think anything? Are you reading anything into it or not?
I don't think he is the problem because we had these situations even before Maguire came in
Yeah.
my opinion. If you logically think, because under Mourinho is the same shit, conceding a lot of goals. It's not the first time, and
I don't ever remember
and on
getting
top of that,
spanked 6-1 at home.
you get a red card. Martial got a red card, changed everything, man. I mean, the whole team lost its head. I mean, 2-1, already
But
2-1 down. You get a red card.
I got
Everyone's head goes down. Like the whole team gets, you know.
No, you see,
And I would say,
Gary Neville alluded to that point, and he said even before that red card, they literally had 3 clear-cut opportunities just before that, and they could have scored them. And it's not like we were playing well up until that point. If
I know.
Martial stays on, we probably don't get beat 6-1, but it's probably 4-1, 5-1.
Yeah, but it's probably like the same thing because under Mourinho we conceded 3-0 against Spurs, against Pochettino. So if you tell me it's the manager's fault, I would completely disagree. There's obviously something because it's always the same thing with whoever goes. If you put in, again, okay, against Brighton, like again in a cup competition, like if you play Mata, Pogba wasn't playing that game. Mark my words. I could say Pogba is the problem then because Pogba was not playing against Brighton, and we're playing quite well with Van de Beek, Bruno, the exchange of the
I
passing.
think
I could say Luke Shaw isn't the problem because Dalot was playing in that game, and Dalot had a quite decent game. I could say I could say who's that? Who was on the right side? Brandon Williams, or was it against Brighton? Brandon
it's
Williams,
right,
right?
yeah, yeah.
I could say Wan Bissaka is the problem, not Brandon Williams or something because he played against Brighton and he had a good game. I could say Wan Bissaka is the problem. So
But the thing
there
is
are
here,
situations. Yeah,
the thing is here,
yeah,
it's a recurring thing. It's a recurring
yeah,
thing, right?
yeah.
Everyone says that
Hmm.
Maguire is excluded from criticism because he's the transfer
No.
record for a defender, right? Maguire
Yeah.
plays every single game, right?
Hmm.
Virtually 99.9%. He plays every single game.
Yeah.
Club cap, right?
Hmm.
He had that business in Greece, whether it is fault or
Hmm.
not is that's his private life anyway. But as a club captain, I think from a Manchester United point of view, it gives off a bad vibe when you're involved in that sort of stuff. No matter what the situation is, whether it's family member or not, it gives off a bad vibe. You're a new
Yeah.
signing to the club, essentially. You've only been there a season, right? You're club
Hmm.
captain of the supposedly top English club, right? You're coming into the club, big reputation on the
Hmm.
back of his England
Yeah.
performances,
Yeah.
and then you're putting in an absolute horror show like that, right?
Yeah.
I think when you have 2 centre backs, possibly even 3, right? Because Luke Shaw's played in the back 3 with him
Yeah.
and off,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
When you have these mistakes, surely people must be looking now and think, fucking hell, he's
Hmm.
this isn't what we bought.
Yeah.
So, which was what I was in, a couple of shows ago. Maybe the problem isn't Bailly and Lindelof. Maybe the problem is Maguire. People just automatically assume it's those 2 instead of that one because of the price tag and he's a new signing. Maybe he just can't for a big club. Maybe
But
he's not comfortable.
yeah,
Or could be anything.
the thing is, Oli is trying to play out from the back. Maguire can do that. He's a good ball playing centre back. He fits in that
he's
kind of
not though.
system.
He's not though. He's
No. How?
arguably not as good as taking the ball out as Lindelof. Lindelof, as much as I don't rate him, Lindelof's ball playing abilities is really good. He can
It's not better
spray a
than
ball.
Maguire because
Yes,
Lindelof's
it is.
balls
That's
passes.
why you should take
No,
free
no,
kicks.
no. Because
Hang
Lindelof,
on a
most of his
minute.
passes get intercepted. Most of his passes gets intercepted. With Maguire, it hardly happens. But I can agree that Maguire's defending is atrocious. It's shambolic. Can't disagree.
What's
Right.
Pamsy said?
Hang on a second, boys. Got a lot of comments here, mate. More than usual. Where did we go? Max says all 7 goals were from mistakes. Bamsey replied to Max and said, "You're so wrong. It's Ollie needs to be fired, and we need attack. Simple."
I
Kylie
wouldn't
says,
go
"All
that far.
terrible."
No.
Akil says, "Imagine playing like that against Liverpool, City, or even Leeds." Mohammed says, "We're very predictable. Every other team's what we're going to do, and it's just easy for them now." Jared says, "Why not Pancars? Seriously, what the fuck have you seen that gives you any indication we can turn this around? Maguire is catastrophically bad, and we paid too much for him, which adds so much pressure. Insane." Mac says, "Ollie did not make the mistakes on the pitch." Jared says, "I respect the opinion, just impossible to see how we get here." Bamsey says, "Debating about defenders just shows how weak we are in attack. Anyway, no one cares what I say." Max says, "None of our defenders are good enough." Kylie says, "Luke Shaw is always the problem." Bounty says, "Football science when attack, bad defense is shambles." Can't say any more. Martial and Rashford both got 20-something goals last season each, says Max. Greenwood, 15 goals in the first full season. That's obvious, Akil. I agree. That was from Martin. Right, we all caught up. Right, the Maguire thing, it's going to be, an age-long debate because, people are going to stick up for him. People are going to be against him. He's club captain, got a high price tag. Another common problem in this defence is Luke Shaw. Now, I've rooted for Brandon Williams, mate, ever since the breakthrough season. I think he's fucking miles better than Luke Shaw. I don't give a shit. He's right-footed. He's playing out on the left side. I think he offers more. He's more energetic. He'll take the tackle. He ain't scared. He'll fucking put his body on the line. What I saw from Luke Shaw today was absolutely abysmal as a left back. And after that performance, I think I've actually said we don't need a left back. But after what I've seen today, fuck me, yeah, we do. Yes, we do. And this Tellers lad, hopefully, is the answer. But Luke Shaw today, Diedrich, what did you make of him? Because I know people love him. Certain people love him. I think absolute disgrace today. Awful.
I think his crossing was a little bit better, strangely, but that's probably the only positive, really. I didn't think he did well. But it's hard to single him out. When we're saying Maguire played bad, we're not just saying just Maguire played bad. Wan-Bissaka was awful as well. Wan-Bissaka, I only think I've seen him go past the halfway line once. I mean, Pank had said that they were, but I only seen him go past the thingy once.
Right. Just to interrupt you a minute, Akil says breaking news: Alex Tellez is at Manchester Medical is tomorrow, so we'll touch on that at the end as well.
Baye was bad. I'm not going to say he played well. It's hard to think because you didn't. Maguire played bad, but Shaw was. They were all crap. Even to be fair, for once, I actually felt sorry for De Gea because not all the goals he conceded. There's not a lot you could do about it.
Yeah. But De Gea was, I think, I don't know, but I can't. I
Even
don't
if
think I can
Henderson
blame
were
De
in the net,
Gea
I
today.
think would have conceded them 6.
Yeah.
I don't think I can blame De Gea. If anyone blames De Gea, it's great. I can't blame De Gea so much for this game. Sorry.
Right, we've got a fair few people watching, so I mean, if you enjoy the show and you like getting involved with it, please, like the video and subscribe to the channel.
Like, share, subscribe. Yeah, that's what you have to do.
Entirely up to you guys. Kylie's still banging the Sancho drum. Kylie, give it up, mate. It's not happening.
It's happening. It's happening.
To be fair, I wouldn't put it past our boy to now go out and sign him because of today's result. But this is fucking even Sancho doesn't fix this. This is going to get worse before it gets better.
I saw Ed Woodward texting on his phone in the game.
Right, let's go into the next bit then. I was absolutely dumbfounded at half time, right? We are 4-1 down, and Ollie brings on Tommy and Fred, right? I was absolutely fucking shocked. Bruno comes off, Matic comes off, and I thought, mate, you've all right, I can understand you give it up, and you want to shut up shop. But come on, you don't take Bruno off there. Not in that game. You've got one goal to your name. At least try and get a second. Maybe, just maybe, you might get a third. Right? But McTominay and Fred coming on, Pancars, I think was a wrong move. I can see why he did it, but I think when you're trailing like that, especially at home, whether there's fans in the ground or not, right? I don't think you should have took Bruno off. It all the creativity went out the team for me.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, I agree.
Would you, Diedrich? Would you have took them off and brought them two on?
I'd probably give them another fit. Probably wait 15 minutes and then maybe do it. At least then it doesn't look like you're throwing in the towel. But I've got to be honest, and I'll probably get criticised for this, but if I hadn't been doing this post-match show, I'd have probably turned that off. I'd have probably turned it off at half time. That's how fucking bad it was. Other people did. I know of other people that did. I know people that went and started streaming.
I was going to say, Big Boy started Fortnite, didn't he?
Yeah, fucking. But the thing is, we've had worse. We once got beat off City 6-1 at home. I remember the game when we played against Liverpool when we had Ronaldo, Rooney, and we got tore apart 4-1 in 2009. I thought that was the end of the world. Then you get these results where you think it's the end of the world and you're almost embarrassed. But in a couple of days' time, we'll kind of fucking just get on with it.
Have a look.
Marcus?
Yes, mate.
What I noticed about that game is I saw the whole team, right?
Mm-hmm.
I saw no bad. It's like I've seen it. Ollie, he wants to play a high line, right? Now you see the lack of interceptions our players make. They don't know how to intercept well. Now for Ollie's system, if he wants to play a high line, you need players who can intercept the ball quickly and they can win the ball quickly and then attack. Because if that's what Ollie wants to do, attack quickly, pressing. Because that was what he was trying to do today. And to attack, press quickly, counter them quickly, and score. That's what he wants to do, really. You know what I mean? Like outwork the team, outscore the team, and kind of be ahead of them in terms of have the ball, play a high line, and attack, and not allow them even one opportunity to counter. Really, after like scoring 2-3 goals with that high line, because we played that high line against. He's done that a couple of times, Ollie, against Seville in the semi-final. When I think more in the second half when we had so many chances in Martial. Remember the press we made to Seville, the press, the high line. We didn't allow them to come back, right? And we were trying that, and we had so many chances. We didn't take those chances. In this game, I think against Spurs, is we were pressing, but the passing was there. We were making passes, but then kind of Spurs defended well. But I think we're supposed to create something in that. The lack of creativity is a bit, I don't know. It's like you're just pressing and doing nothing out of it.
I think we almost played into Tottenham's hands because I watched Tottenham a couple of games ago. I think it was against Southampton, and they absolutely tore Southampton apart. It was almost Kane was playing a number 10 role. I don't know if anyone else watched that game. He was literally spraying ball. I think Son got 4 goals that day, and it was almost the exact same as what happened against to us. It was literally Kane not being the fucking first line of attack, but him almost taking a step back and just playing it over. I don't know. I mean, I think Akil brings up a good point. He says bring in Menge and start Van de Beek. At this rate, why not? Menge can't do any worse than what Maguire is doing right now.
I thought Van de Beek should have started today in place of Pogba.
I agree.
You know,
Because
but
yeah,
go on,
go ahead.
Pankos.
Because look, with Pogba, okay, people see the same of Maguire, 18 million. Now I can go with Pogba. The 89 million thing is what has he done in 4 years to really think that? Because he thinks that he is not at fault for anything. The attitude of the player, I don't like it. Then because he thinks he's the man, he's bigger than the club, and he's can do what he wants. And that's why the managers get sacked, like Mourinho. You know, Mourinho said that Pogba was the virus. Can I I don't know if I can. Maybe I'm tending to believe that, in my opinion, that maybe it was not Josie wasn't the problem, which we can all agree on. When he was at United, I don't think he was the problem for everything, and Pogba getting paid so many high wages,
Well,
the player we bought him from Juventus, you expect him to deliver like in 4 years,
but at
and
Juventus,
he's not been
everyone seems to think at Juventus Pogba was the main man. He wasn't. He had Pirlo and Vidal playing at either side of him. Then he almost played in diamond. So them two having those players at the side of him kind of allowed him to just do what he wanted to do, and just kind of, if he were in a bad game, he could almost float through the game on the fact that Vidal and Pirlo would pick up the slack. Whereas we bought him and expected him to be this fucking Yaya Toure type
yeah,
motherfucker, and it was never going to be that.
yeah. But that's a good point. I understand, but Diedrich, people say he's a world class player, and
No,
a
he's
world
not.
class player is supposed to. But yeah, but people fans and I even thought for at the start that he was world class, and fans have been saying it, including me. But now I tend to say I don't think so because a world class player influences the team and he's consistent day in and day out, no matter what, whether we lose or win. But he shows his best every time, and I only
Uh-huh.
see that from Bruno Fernandes because in that game Bruno Fernandes was the only one I thought cared, to be honest. So I don't know, I can't really blame him, but I don't know what to say because he was the only one who cares, to be honest, in that team to try and win the game, in my opinion. He was the only one. I can't think of
Uh,
anyone else.
Mohammed says, I get Pankar's point about pressing, but we are really trying the same thing again and again. There's only one pattern of us attacking. Akil says you can't play a high line with Maguire and De Gea. I,
Yeah.
I totally agree with it.
Mm.
I don't think Maguire fits the Manchester United back line. I really don't. I I thought he came in on the back of the reputation for England that summer.
I said something funny on Twitter that said if Maguire hadn't scored a header against fucking Panama and San Marino, he'd be valued at 10 million.
Like, I honestly, there are players in that team that I don't get the fascination with. I've never understood the fascination with Pogba. Not that I
Mm.
think that he's not good or anything like that. I don't believe the hype. I've never thought he was world class because to me, I'm old school, mate. Consistency
Yeah.
and world class for me go in the same sentence, and he's never been consistent. I don't. I honestly don't believe Martial is the number 9. I think he's more threatening off the left hand side. Um, and again, today the petulance of him, the reaction, it doesn't help his case, mate. If that's a game, if that right, I'm not saying it's a high, not a high profile game, but if that, let's just say, I would say that's a fucking Champions League final match, right? And he does that, and we get beat in the final with that score against Tottenham, right? He'd be absolutely fucking slated all over social media, no doubt about it. He
Yeah.
would be slated for it. And this is the thing. I don't think he's mature enough, mate, as to be Manchester United's leading man. And I think this is where Cavani comes in. It's where Zlatan came in. These
Yeah.
kids, because they are effectively still kids.
Yeah.
Mason is a kid. I think Rashford's a kid. Martial, all right. You may not class him as a kid, but them three in that front have still so much to learn. Not just about being
Mm.
strikers or lethal finishers,
Mm.
but they still have
Mm.
so much to learn in terms of being the main men to lead Manchester United's attack.
They're
And
almost
people
learning
forget
on the job, aren't they?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
people forget. They almost think just because they're there in the first team, they're always thinking, right, we've done it, we've made it. There's no one on the bench to challenge us. That's it, job done. I don't agree with it at all. Dear spot on, Kinship Chopra, how you doing, mate? Hope you're well. He said, I'm glad I missed today's match, otherwise would have been depressed. You ain't the only one. Right, let's go on to a bit of positivity then. Tellez,
Yeah.
as said in the comments, apparently having the medical tomorrow on his way to Manchester tonight. Pangos, what do you make of that signing? I know Martin's a big advocate of Tellez. I think Kylie is as well. I don't know that much about him, so I don't watch foreign football. But what do you think? Good signing?
I also haven't watched much of him, but he looked good against was it Liverpool, I think, in the Champions League. I don't remember. Yeah, maybe that game, but he looked quite good. I think I saw that game a bit, and his cross, he looked good. I mean, and he's a fullback who crosses a lot. He's good on the cross. He likes to attack. Um, I don't know defending if he's good. I've heard from someone. One of my friend, he watches that league, Porto, right? He knows about Telles, and what he says is he has concerns about his defending as well. But going on forward, he's really good, and he can put in a cross. He likes putting a cross so much. But there is a concern is in defense about him. That's up to say.
Diedrich, what do you know about him?
But I know he is lethal. He likes to get forward almost a little bit too much, but I'm sure maybe that might mature with him. The guy's 27, and you know it's all action. You know what you're getting with him.
Okay, no nonsense then. Fucking.
I know nonsense. He's almost like a little bit like Rojo. He'll go through you.
Oh, nice. Okay, that's
yeah.
Oh, okay, brilliant. Right, next one then. Cavani seems like he's on the way. 2-year deal. Round about between 170 and 185,000 a week. About 8 million in agent fees. Diedrich, what do you think? Good? No?
Cavani, well, Pankaj is fucking gone. I think the Cavani, like I said last night, it's just a stopgap in it. Is he an upgrade on Igalo? Yes. Will he be starting every week? No. Does it ultimately improve us at striker? Yeah, but I'd have still rather got somebody a bit younger, almost with a bit of a point to prove, rather than somebody that's kind of proved the point and is just looking for a final wage.
Yeah. Kylie says Cavani is proof that the board lied about the vision of the club.
Yeah, we've gone back on it.
Yeah, on Tellez, he says his crossing is phenomenal. Pankaj, Cavani, what do you think?
I think he's a good striker still. He's come in. He's a character, a leader sort of player. Would come in and sort these guys out. To be honest, that's what I'm thinking because he's like a Zlatan in terms of the character he has. I'm not saying he's as good as Zlatan as a striker, but people are forgetting about Cavani. He's not just a target man because I've seen him for PSG. He goes on the right, he goes on the left. You saw the combination with Neymar and Mbappe. He comes on the right, on the left, so he can be an option. He's a dual option. He can come on the right. He can go central. He can stay as a striker, as a number 9, play as a proper number 9. Then you have those options. So if something is not working out, like Greenwood has an off game, you substitute Greenwood with Cavani, and then you change the game sort of thing. If Martial is not performing, you take Martial out, you put Cavani in. Right. Then you have Telles who can put a good cross in to Cavani, who can head the ball actually in the box. You know what I'm saying? Like it kind of that combination kind of work, with him.
Yeah.
And Pogba can use his long balls to Cavani to score. Like I remember the Zlatan Pogba. Remember the Zlatan Pogba partnership in the first season.
Pogba using his long balls.
Yeah, to Zlatan and to score. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Carly says he's 33 years old. If you listen to Bassam, mate, age is just a number, isn't it?
But Zlatan came into the Premier League off 38 goal season in Ligue 1. He's coming in off a he scored 5 goals last season. His last 2 seasons have been quite injury ravaged.
Dia says Cavani might add some pool of experience for the youth, but not long term. I totally agree with that, Dia. I think that's what he's been brought in for, to be honest.
Imagine if we're actually bringing him in to play on the wing.
Oh no, that would be stupid, wouldn't it? Max and Bamsey are having a great debate here. And it's going back and forward. I think it's fantastic. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Kylie says Ed Woodward loves these players as they send shivers down the spine. That's what I said last night, George. It's Cavani. It will sell shirts, won't it? It will sell shirts. Might not be an awful lot. We never know, but that's what he's in there. So he'll sell
Yeah,
shirts.
Cavani's wife, Cavani's mum and dad, Cavani's daughter.
It's
everyone.
got Woodward, got Woodward all over it. Comparing one of the best players ever to the Uruguayan Giroud, says Kylie. Right, let's just over 24 hours to go. Anyone else?
No,
I don't see Sancho. I really.
I concede. We're not getting him.
No,
Over.
I don't think we'll ever get him. Dortmund have said it. I've counted today in like interviews and stuff like that. I've read in Messenger 27 times since August the 10th. That Zorc guy, amongst others at Dortmund, have said he's not going. Right? I think that's pretty much. I think that's the end of it. It's done.
I think Marcus. I think we might not get him, but we might get Dembele.
Fuck.
I was just going to mention that, mate. Dembele. I think the only way United get Sancho now, right, is Dortmund's resolve and put the price tag on the table, £108 million, because then that would give Dortmund something to think about. But I still don't think that's going to be enough because Dortmund ain't got enough time to sign a replacement. So I don't think that's going to go through.
But
Pankos, you mentioned Dembele then. I've read yesterday, I think it was Barcelona willing to offload him for 60 million. United only want a loan. Is that something would you expect to happen before tomorrow, 11 o'clock?
I think after this game, I think Edward will pay it 50-60 million maybe. I wouldn't be surprised if he did. And with Dembele, I rated him. I wanted this guy when he played for Dortmund. Dembele, really, I wanted this player. Really, he was a baller when at Dortmund. This guy, the amount of assist he had at Dortmund was phenomenal. And you want a winger who can create more, because he had more assists than the goals he had, but he was a kind of a creator. So we need that on the wing as well, because Rashford is not like a creator; he's a inside forward. Greenwood is not a creator; he's a number 9, but he plays on the right, and he's like an inside. He plays like an inside forward as well, like a second striker. Rashford plays as a second striker. Martial is a left winger, but he plays as a number 9, which wouldn't work. So you need a guy like Dembele who can create. But Dembele, the only concern is injury prone, and you sign a player on injury prone on a permanent deal. I wouldn't mind a loan deal, but a permanent deal is a risk. Like
I wouldn't mind a loan with an option to buy just in case he does turn out, man.
Yeah,
not an obligation, an option.
Yeah, an option to buy. Yeah,
Akil's got a good point here. Get a centre back if possible too for that Sancho money. I don't care who, someone who can defend. Dia says, how on earth was Martial get his first red card? I think it was Jose tactics get into his head. Bamsey says Sancho's agenda and not a player that United need. I ain't falling for it. Sign Sancho if Cavani is in, or if Haaland comes in, or if Rashford plays alone.
Here we go.
Kyle says, can United get away with paying 50 million?
I said that to you over there. And that's not even going off net. If we sell small, it'll be even lower.
And Akil says, I'm going to put this up because he's got another breaking news. It looks like Cavani confirmed. So, according, I'm not saying this is all certain, but according to Twitter, and we know what a vile place Twitter can be and how much it is fed on Twitter from people. It seems like this guy Romano, who everyone hangs on the word, has confirmed then Teles medical tomorrow. Cavani is done. So going by that, 3 signings in total. Is that good enough?
Nope.
No, not for me.
Need about 4 or 5.
I would call it an average summer. But it's not. It's too late. It's too late to do it. I mean, if
Kylie's got a question here. It just says, Marcus, if we only spend 50 million, what was the 140 million loan for?
Dividends.
I don't think Van der Beek was meant to come to United. As everyone knows, it was common knowledge he was supposed to go at Real Madrid. So I think they've snapped him up just to keep the peace amongst the fans a few weeks back. So you take out the 40 million off of that would leave 100 million. And even so, 100 million, mate, is still not enough for Sancho. When they took that loan out, it sent alarm bells to me. It really did, because I don't see them spend. I've never seen them spend £150 million loan on one player. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. There are so many holes in that team, so many holes that need plugging. It would be stupid of them to spend 3/4 of that on one player. Right? Pathetic. It's out of this world, mate. So for me, I've never believed it. But again, football is football. Anything can happen. And I've always maintained he ain't going to come unless United put that money on the table, £108 million. It's no good going to a club that are under no pressure to sell and saying, right, here's 70 million up front, here's another fucking 20 million in add-ons after whatever towards the end of the season.
Well, that's the thing. Dortmund have said that they're happy to take add-ons as long as it amounts to 108 million, and as long as they get the majority up front. So, like, if you went to them, here's 90 million and 18 million add-ons, I think they'd take that.
Yeah.
Do you think so? So?
They've already said to take that. It's just about the thing about the offers that we're offering them is like 75 million up front and 15 million down. You're still 20 million short.
But that was being told in the news. Do you believe the news?
Yeah, because Romano said that. Romano's like a
tap-in merchant, because you see the Telles deal, right? People talked about it. Some reports, Sky sources came out with the Telles that the deal was total agreement. And Romano came in after a few minutes, like 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, that here we go, coming soon, Alex Telles, total agreement, So it's like, I don't know what he knows.
You know what? I honestly believe not even this, Romano guy on Twitter. I don't even think he knows what was going on with Sancho, because he's been tweeting, from what I've seen, from what people have shown me, he's been tweeting all fucking transfer window. Sancho's coming, Sancho's this, Sancho's that. 3 weeks ago, he then says the Sancho deal was, not going to happen and stuff. Then he changed his mind again, and now we've got just over 24 hours to go, and he's gone quiet about it, which again sends alarm bells to me, because no one has.
Romano is the god.
Wait, mate, he might be in some people's eyes.
But Marcus, sorry for a second. Remember, he said the Sancho deal was in advanced stage. And,
he said we agreed personal terms. All we needed to do is agree a fee.
Right. Yeah, but they said
that's still the case now.
Yeah, but with the clubs, he said it a month ago that they were negotiating with Dortmund and it was in advanced stage.
He's never once said we were in advanced stage. He's always said need to agree a fee. No fee agreed.
He said advanced stage. He said the tweet.
He said advanced stage still needs to agree a fee.
But what is advanced stage? I don't get it. Because
advanced stage basically means you've talked to the agent, you talked to the footballer, you've agreed that if we do put in a bid for it, are you willing to come? That's advanced stage.
I thought advanced in negotiations, like with Dortmund up over the,
Not according to my many years of football manager knowledge, anyway.
I agree with Carly here. I think Carly says I think he knows who his main followers are. They're United fans. I totally agree with it. I totally agree with it. I think when you've got a following like that, and you know what your fan base is, right? The only way you get more followers is by tweeting about that specific club.
All right, then what about Drote and Mark Goldbridge's sources then?
Mate, they have no sources.
Dude,
it's a simple fact. They have no sources.
This guy.
Who's Mr. X then? Drote's been interviewing someone called Mr. X.
Really? Okay.
He has his own channel. I don't know.
Tell us the story.
He has his own channel and sources, man. That guy.
Mr. X.
Mr. X.
Fucking X-Man now. Right, Carly's backing up Pancard, Jory. He said yes, but he said that in mid-August. So why does he need to tweet every day for 2 months over zero movement? Which again is good point. If you know your fan base, you only tweet about what you're hearing, and
because it's all he has to do is if, so for example, he will tweet that Chelsea have signed someone tomorrow, his fucking mentions will be full of United fans going Sancho new, Sancho new, Sancho new. So all he just keeps saying is update. There's no update.
Dia's quite optimistic. He still thinks the Sancho deal's going to happen. And also,
heart of a warrior.
Mate, he's great, isn't he, Dia? I've got to say,
Pancake, when are you and Dia free to host a show? Just you two.
I have no problem. I think Dea is not always there. He doesn't come always, so I don't know about him. But I'm always free.
Dia's available, mate. I'll make him available.
Yeah.
Right, okay, right. Let's wrap it up then, boys. Anything else you want to mention? Yeah. Anything you want to mention at all? Anything we missed? No.
No.
Obviously,
let us forget about what we've just witnessed.
Yeah.
Yes, a bit of a shit end to the weekend, but
blockbuster weekend.
Is there a Mad Marcus Monday tomorrow night? No.
Do you know what I was thinking? I'm going to, because I'm going to do it a bit later though, right? Because of it in the last hours of the international window.
Fuck yeah.
Right. So what I was going to do is
11 or 10.
Something. No, I was probably going to do something about 9:30, 10 o'clock. Right, because then we can catch the last hour of the window, and everything will be done and dusted by then. I think by United.
Yeah. Well, some things do tend to come in afterwards, don't they? And don't forget, this is only the international window. We can still sign English players from English clubs afterwards. So.
Yeah, this is what I mean. I think international-wise, I think Cavani and Tellez will be it. The window shuts at 11 o'clock tomorrow, Kylie. Tomorrow night. So probably about 9:30, 10. And, we can do a show where we can just watch the breaking news and stuff like that. And
that sounds fun.
That sounds fun. Ryan says absolute rubbish. What you on about, Ryan? Hopefully not about the show. I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was quite interesting. Let's have a look. Bamsey and Max are still going at it, mate. If Bamsey,
I think we should get them two on the show and just let them fucking have it. Yeah. Me and you, we'll all pull in. Just let them two go for
mediate it. Yeah. We'll be watching Sancho and a Manchester cab. This is the thing, though.
Fake taxi.
With Sancho, sorry, was late to the video. Just support. All right, Ryan. No problem. Yeah, we'll just finish it up now, Ryan. So, but we are going to do a Mad Marcus Monday show, which will tie into the final hour of the transfer window. Obviously, I think Diedrich, would you go live if there's any breaking news during the day tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll try my best.
If there's anything major, you'll see Diedrich hopefully during the day tomorrow. If not, stay tuned for tomorrow night.
I might do a walking one anyway. So
okay, all right, no problem. Hope everyone enjoyed it. Thanks for coming on, boys. Pancard,
like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah.
Yep. Martin says Trump for director of football. Imagine that, having Trump as director of football. Oh, Jesus. Right. See you all tomorrow. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a good night.